morning, Dubai. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Lovin Daily. Today we have some crazy stories. We're talking about influencers getting taxed in the UAE. It's happening and it's happening on their free stuff. We're also talking about 111 million dirham mansion sold. It's the most expensive property sold in the UAE so far this year. It means great things for property prices if you're on the high end of that budget.
Yes, and apart from that, we'll be talking about a deceased person who got recognized and created through facial recognition, and we'll also be talking about how Instagram users can now access Instagram music, which is pretty exciting for content creators and everyone, I think.
Oh, where has our life been before we were able to add music to Instagram stories? I'm serious, the music creates the mood.
Yes, especially for Instagram takeovers, we'd have to go to different websites, put in the videos, get the music, download the video, put it on Instagram. It's like, oh my God, the struggle.
So if you watch her Instagram stories and you've seen Simran live her best life, she's actually
And
working.
Casey, and you.
She's actually working really hard behind the scenes because the music really does create
Yeah.
the atmosphere. So if Simran's at like a cafe, she'll put like this beautiful French Edith Piaf is playing, and you just see her like you nearly imagine her wearing a beret. But it all took a lot. Now your job you've just cut down.
Yeah,
Instagram
honestly,
has made Simran's life,
so much easier.
yeah, because it was so hard before.
Like, this is just, our IG stories are just gonna skyrocket now. We're gonna put music for everything.
Yeah, don't hate. Let's jump into our first story. Speaking of influencers, speaking of Instagram stories, last night in the UAE, the Federal Tax Authority announced UAE influencers must pay taxes on free gifts and vacations. Now, what this means for the influencer industry in the UAE is that free gifts, talk about a vacation to the Maldives, talk about a free handbag, talk about an event that you go to. If it's free, you must declare it. Now, this only comes into play if you're making over 375k a year, because then it's taxable. So, for example, mid-level influencers, you must start declaring. However, it's not going to be taxable until you're making over that 375k bracket, which is a large amount of money.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting because all of these gifts that influencers get, all of these gifts that personalities get, it's always kind of a gift in kind. It's never per se a transaction, because there's never very much like, okay, I will give you a free ticket to the tennis, which is on right now. Does the influencer declare that now? Never before have they done that. However, now it opens up the question, yes, they start need to declaring, because that actual ticket, if it includes food, if it includes drinks, has a monetary value.
Yeah, makes sense.
But so, for example, if I was invited to the tennis, I'm not invited because there's no spectators. But if it's a shame. It's the first year ever, and usually Lovin Dubai are media partners. It's on right now in Dubai Tennis Village. But if I was invited, and if I had an Instagram following, or a following on TikTok or whatever, and there was free food and drinks involved, you must declare that. And then later on, if you're kind of a high-end influencer, then you actually need to start paying taxes on it. Boom.
Boom.
Changes the game.
Dubai hitting influencers with curveballs. They're just like, what? We didn't see that one coming. Okay, no more free gifts then, but
it's really interesting because there's such a massive influencer scene in the UAE, right? Yeah. We actually, there's a number of influencers even moving here. You see people want to live that Dubai life, and in all aspects of Dubai society, they're continuing to regulate it. So this is kind of what we're seeing, is they're regulating high-end influencers. Say, for example, okay, an invite to the tennis. If anyone wants to invite me, unavailable. No, it makes no odds, but it's when influencers, it's kind of those gifts cost a lot of money. Say, for example, you get invited to a ski resort.
Yeah.
And there's nothing said in returns of, on the Lovin Dubai account, let's say we're an influencer, there's nothing said in terms of what you need to do for that. It's a gift.
Yeah.
However, that gift is worth, like, you're going to, fly on an airplane, stay in a 5-star resort, probably maybe get your ski gear, and you might snap some photos, but there's never anything said in terms of money because it's a gift to you. Now they need to start declaring that.
Okay, so basically influencers are going to be paying for their gifts, 5% of their gifts. And that also influencers,
if they make over that 375k.
Yeah, that earn above a certain amount, not any and every influencer.
Exactly.
Okay, I would think the company should be paying the 5% VAT for their gifts, but Like you're getting the gift and then you're paying 5% for availing that gift.
Well, it's the thing. People will be very much more careful as to what gifts they accept.
I mean, yeah, it must have been rolled out for a reason, because those can be exchanged for money and then black money and all those things
Exactly.
that go around. So it makes sense in a way.
There was a lot of good sentiment on the
Yeah.
post because I think in general the term influencers has this kind of negative connotations, especially at the moment.
Yeah.
But a lot of people kind of said maybe about time because there's a high monetary value related to some of these gifts. Someone said at least they will be honest about the product that they're marketing and consider what it's really worth.
That's true.
Therefore, exactly. So if you get a lot of free things and you're like, oh, this is really nice, whatever, you don't think too much about it as an influencer. Now, if you're actually considering the monetary value, you might offer more value to your audience.
And apparently, I read you don't have to be in Dubai to be promoting a Dubai product to be paying 5% VAT on it. So if you are out of the country and you are promoting something, like a hotel wants to promote themselves through you, and you're staying in a different city, different country, whatever, you will still have to pay that 5% VAT.
If you're a licensed influencer here in the UAE.
Yeah. Something of that sort. I think you read up better on it, so yeah.
Well, no, I'm assuming if you'll pay based on where you're licensed.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm just not familiar with this, but yeah, I think it's a good step ahead, because like influencers like are there to promote, I don't know, a lot of good stuff, but then there are those who go around and just do a lot of freeloading. So
yeah, it's just I always think putting influencer into a title gets engagement. It's
backlash engagement.
Engagement. It's a new industry.
Yeah.
And I think people need to recognize that it is an industry, and this is what this Federal Tax Authority update does: is it recognizes and it regulates. But because it's a new industry, there's a lot of kind of people questioning whether it's even a job, whether it's even a business. When you learn how much money these influencers are making, you'll understand that it is a huge business. But it's being regulated by UAE authorities, and the response from most people is well done.
Yeah. Anyway.
Unless you're those high earning influencers.
Then you'll be paying the 5%.
Exactly.
And moving on to our next story, a deceased man was found off the coast, and Dubai police were able to create a digital image of him using 3D facial recognition. 3D facial imaging. And now the Dubai police are seeking the help of the public to identify the man by using 3D facial imaging. And if you have any helpful information, please call Dubai police on 04901. And the spokesperson from the local forensics and criminology department stated that the decomposition was severe due to climatic conditions and direct exposure to marine organisms, and identifying the man was almost impossible because there was no match on the deceased's DNA in the department's database, and the fingerprint matching was also out of the question due to the decomposition, and thus facial imaging really helped in creating the man's image. And now they want to identify who the man is, so they're reaching out to the public. So if you have any information, do call up the police and let them know.
I saw this photo. Well, it's amazing technology, but also very sad.
It is extremely sad. I felt very eerie just reading about it and speaking of it. It's not eerie like his situation. It's just like the whole thing that it's come to that. It's come to that he became so unrecognizable that they had to use this technology to create an image of him, which is, eerie.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy what technology is doing at the moment. The fact that like you said, it's not that it got there, and the fact that they're able to use this technology to actually recreate what his face looks like. And we have the photo here beside us, I think.
Yes.
So if you recognize the man, please get in touch.
Yeah, I'm sure his family and friends are very worried, and he was found off the coast. So if you guys know or have any information, do contact the police.
Dubai Police, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook. Dubai Police's social media, by the way, is just on form. If you ever have any questions, they'll respond to you on Twitter. Their Facebook obviously has all of their stories there, like some great positive ones, and some in terms of awareness. It's really amazing. So Facebook, Twitter.
I've actually reached out to them on Instagram quite a few times when I've had issues and complaints. So they do respond very fast.
I'd love to read all those complaints.
Just a couple.
for another day. Simran says, oh, cute. Moving into our next story, sold 111 million dirham mansion sold on Dubai's Palm Jumeirah. This is the most expensive property price of 2021. Congratulations to Lux Habitat Real Estate. They are the sellers and the agent of this property. It's amazing. If you're on Facebook, you can see the video beside us. It was originally 120 million. So that's when they listed it first. So they've sold for 111. When in the 120 million one, you may have remembered, we posted about a couple of months ago, they were also selling a Rolls-Royce Wraith. Am I saying that right? Rolls-Royce Wraith?
Wraith.
Rolls-Royce Wraith. A Rolls-Royce Wraith and a Ferrari came with 120 million. However, a Swiss family from Monaco have now purchased this property. Very nice for them. Could you imagine? I can't even imagine.
Bougie people, where to find them?
We know. We literally, the address is one Palm Jumeirah.
Okay,
but they
know where to find them.
We know where to find them. They didn't take I don't know the full deal, but the 2 cars didn't go in the final deal for the 111 million. However, they're going to use it as a luxury rental. So this property, which is absolutely incredible, it's decked out in Hermes, Louis Vuitton furniture. Yes. They have about 3 outdoor cinemas. One of the outdoor hot tubs has a hydraulic pop-up cinema inside it. There's kind of a bubbly room. It's every single photo is more incredible than the last. And one thing that I think is the most impressive and stunning is that the front facade of the living room opens up. So it's this massive window and it just slides open. So you're essentially inside and outside at the same time. I'm obsessed with like these fancy properties.
I mean, I don't want to sound materialistic, but that's the dream. Like,
I was just about to say that.
What?
That's the dream.
That's the dream. That home and those fancy homes. If you've seen Selling Sunset on Netflix,
yeah, of course.
Like those homes,
but you don't even this is why I like these sales, because we never see them. Like you sometimes might drive past and oh, that looks nice, but we actually get to look inside them sometimes.
They should have a Selling Sunset Dubai version, because I feel like the homes here, we don't actually, like you said, we don't get to see them, but they are so fancy
and so big and so lavish and so different, because there's so many different kind of styles and influencers and cultures that actually go into some of the interiors.
Imagine the commission on this one.
I can imagine a butler opening the door for you and just
no, well, if this was my home, there'd be no butler opening the door. Like this is because it's like a beach pad, because it's on the Palm. It's obviously got your private beach in front of it. There's no butler.
I mean, imagine a butler living there. That's like gold. I think I would be a butler to live in that.
Like if I own that house, that mansion, I would have a butler.
I would be that butler. I am volunteering to butlerify for you. Like, I will do the butlering. Just
you want to be my butler?
Get me into that
available.
House.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, available, both of us.
I'll cook.
In our dreams, yeah.
I'll open the door. I'll open the door for your guests. I'll be the door woman. Yeah, but imagine the commission on this. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Insane.
Lux Habitat, let us know.
If you guys need real estate agents, or like they have these schemes like take the house for a day and stuff, like for advertising purposes.
Mm-hmm.
We're down to advertise, guys. Like, and now with Instagram music, our stories and advertising will be next level. But speaking of Instagram stories, now it's available in the UAE, and I think you can see in the video beside us, they can see, right? You just have to swipe up, like you make your story, take a video, picture, boomerang, whatever, you swipe up, and there's going to be an option for music, and you can select the music from the playlist that Instagram provides, or you can browse something, and they have a lot of good Arabic selection because of the region. That's amazing. Yesterday I was at a Lebanese restaurant, Ila Cafe and Restaurant, and I was just like uploading all the Arabic music and giving it a bye.
Was the food good?
It was so good. So good.
But it's so true, because I don't know about you, but when you're looking at Instagram stories from people abroad and they have all of
the music,
it says music not available, and you're like, I know it's going to be way better if I had the music attached to it. So this is why we're super excited that Instagram has finally in the UAE, and I think it relates to Facebook stories as well, right?
Facebook stories?
Because when you connect it, it'll be up on Facebook.
Yeah, I think so. Like, if you have the option of like Instagram and Facebook, then you can connect it. Yeah, you're right.
So our stories have just leveled up.
Leveled up. And before, people actually in the UAE, they did use Instagram Music, but it was through VPN. So that's how they used it. And speaking of VPN, 6 in 10 people in the UAE use VPN. And it's not illegal, by the way. Using VPN is not illegal unless you misuse it. And there you get a fine of
Ali is like,
what? Do I use it? What is that?
Ali was like this, so I was like, "Are you telling us to use a VPN?" Yeah, I guess so.
You telling
Oh,
me you
so-
use a VPN?
Well, can I say it's interesting, 6 out of 10 people, because like you said, what are the rules around it?
Okay, so you can, it's not illegal using a VPN, but if you misuse it and hide your IP address to access blocked websites, then you will be fined 2 million dirhams and you will be subject to prison time as well.
Yes, and those are the VPN areas that people need to understand. But it's really interesting because yesterday, of course, the Harry and Meghan interview went live. So I was furiously searching for a link to watch it, and so many people said you can just watch, you can watch it on CBS with a VPN. I was like, I don't have a VPN.
Oh, same. Duh. I don't have a VPN.
Okay, well, so I couldn't watch it, but another day, another time.
Another day. Yeah, but I think like if you download, is it possible though? You download VPN and then you can just watch CBS. Like, is CBS blocked here? How can you not
I'm not
watch?
sure.
I don't know.
However,
Whatever.
Claire, if you're watching, sent a link to another platform that's not blocked in the UAE. So if anyone needs that Harry and Meghan link, I have one that apparently works, but it's got like 20 pop-ups, so you have to X out and X
Oh,
out.
you have the link. Have you seen it then?
She sent it at like 9 o'clock last night, so I'm going home tonight to watch it.
Can I watch it during the office hours?
Maybe we could all watch it. That'd be nice.
Okay, I'll watch it during my lunch break then. Send it to me.
It's 2 hours long, and I'm so excited.
This is exciting stuff,
It's
honestly.
exciting stuff, honestly.
Well, that's it.
That's it for us on the Lovin Daily this morning. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe and wash your hands.
Bye.